Okay, so this is the fun quiz, the CIM quiz with the extra. Now you should really be able to do all of these questions. Look, I've got all the answers there for you. I don't think that anyone had bad technique on these questions. I think everyone understands what the technique should be for those questions. Over this page, the biggest mistake made was on this question here. I get the highlighter on this bad boy here. Okay, so with this one you just got to be very, very careful, because look, speed equals distance over time. So average speed equals total distance over total time. Okay, so you've got to basically break that down into the distance travelled on each stage. So just take your time with that. It probably needs a lot more room to do this actually, and in hindsight I should have given you more space or given you more paper. But look, you've got the target 8.93 kilometers per hour. If you rounded answers off, too early and then took that rounding through, you would get a slight different answer from 8.93. And the same even this first one. The key is don't round answers off too soon. Try and use the exact values. Okay, so the main point was this last question, the challenge question, and there's the answers. And you might want to pause this and just see if you can get towards those answers. There are efficient and less efficient ways of getting to it. So if you look at part 1 here, this is 1 plus k, so it's 1 plus 1 over root 3 divided by 1 minus 1 over root 3. Okay, and there's different ways of doing it. One way is just to look at the numerator and try and get it as a single fraction. So this is obviously root 3 plus 1 over root 3, and do the same with the denominator, root 3 minus 1 over root 3. And then you know that when you divide by a fraction, root 3 plus 1 over root 3, that's times by root 3 over root 3 minus 1. The root 3's cancel, and you're left with root 3 plus 1 over root 3 minus 1. Okay. Now obviously this is just then times by the conjugate. And there's a quick way, of course, because if it's a minus b times a minus b times by a plus b, then it's the difference of two squares. It's just a squared minus b squared. So root 3 all squared is 3, and 1 squared is 1, so it's 3 minus 1. Okay, so that's a quick way of doing that. At the top is basically root 3 plus 1 times by itself. So it's root 3 times root 3, which is 3, and then it's root 3 times by 1 times root 3, so that's plus 2 root 3, and then 1 times 1 at the end. So you can see that that's actually 4 plus 2 root 3 over 2, and then if you factor out the 2, which I like to factor out rather than cancelling through, you can see the end result there. Okay, part 2, yeah, as long as you got part 1 right, then part 2, I think it's actually simpler. 2 plus root 3 minus 1 over 2 plus root 3. And again, I think maybe just to make this as a common denominator, so it's 2 plus root 3 times by 2 plus root 3 minus 1 all over 2 plus root 3. And it shouldn't take you too long to crunch that out and get to the right answer. There are alternative ways for sure, and I'm not going to say any alternative way is incorrect. For me, that just struck me as maybe one of the most efficient ways of doing those two questions. I hope that helps.